Hey you guys, it's Garrett Lejeune. So I want to go tell you this really disturbing story, and it's coming from Chattanooga, Tennessee. So and so it was just a few days before Thanksgiving break. A bus came, 37 children crashed into a tree in Chattanooga on November 21st, 2016. I believe that was a Monday, and it killed 6 elementary school children, and it hospitalized nearly 2 dozen kids. I think there was like about 21 kids total. And they have arrested the bus driver in late Monday, and they have charged him with 6 counts of vehicular homicide, reckless endangerment, and reckless driving. So this entire situation is really disturbing. They're saying that the crews worked for hours to remove 37 children on the bus. The kids came off the bus bloodied, and a lot of them were placed on stretchers. And ones who were okay, who were just sick and able to go home with their parents. And a lot of kids are severely hurt. And just before I said 6 children died. I want you guys to go check out the news report that I'm gonna get on my phone. And I am going to come back with the rest of my commentary. Alright, so guys, I'm just about to pull up this news report. Alright guys, I just found something.
A former school bus driver charged with deaths of 6 Tennessee school children faced a judge today. Police testified 24-year-old Jonathan Walker was driving.
Here's the money.
And Mark Strassman is there in Chattanooga. Mark, have police or other sources told you anything more about the moments leading up to the crash?
Vlad, essentially, I think they believe at this point he was just going too fast and driving in a criminally reckless manner, which is why you have these charges, 5 charges of vehicular homicide
and Mark Strassman is there in Chattanooga. Mark, have police or other sources told you anything more about the moments leading up to the crash?
Vlad, essentially, I think they believe at this point he was just going too fast and driving in a criminally reckless manner, which is why you have these charges, 5 charges of vehicular homicide, along with a couple of other reckless charges. But the five charges of vehicular homicide, 1 for each death, of course, suggests, and these charges also, Vlad, I should say, came very quickly. I think I just believed that he was going too fast, driving in a criminally reckless manner, and that's why he's behind bars already. I mean, the investigation is not even 24 hours old, and you already have a driver in jail. So I think that sort of explains it.
So that's why I'm guessing, Mark, that he's not getting charged with something like involuntary or voluntary manslaughter.
Well, you know, it's of course it's possible grand jury could add some charges down the road. I mean, this is the initial set of charges. Those charges could change over time. There's certainly enough to put him behind bars and to get this case in motion. A case that the police and prosecutors believe is a strong one.
And Mark, what else can you tell us about the investigation into that video on the school bus?
Well, it's interesting. Let me tell you, first of all, we've still got 12 kids inside this Thompson Children's Hospital here in Chattanooga. 6 of those kids in critical condition. The good news is 19 other kids were treated and released yesterday. The investigation here includes not only local authorities, but the National Transportation Safety Board. There was a camera on board the bus, which will, with any luck, help investigators piece together the final couple of minutes and figure out what exactly did happen here and how what should have been an ordinary bus ride home turned into something that just has devastated the city.
And Mark, to that end, you've been speaking to the families of the victims. What are they telling you?
Well, I talked to this one mother today, Vlad, Jasmine Mateen. She had 3 daughters on the bus. 2 of them lived. 1 of them was killed. She is the one who told me she has sent complaining letters and phone calls since August about this bus driver in particular, about the way he drove the bus, that it scared her daughters, the way he spoke to the children. She says that he swore at the children, and her daughters are the ones that told her, and she told me that he said moments before the crash, who here is ready to die. We're reaching out to the local school officials here to try to get some confirmation of whether there were a history of complaints against this driver. So far, haven't heard back. But if true, of course, all of that suggests that this could have been a crash that was that was weeks in the making. That is that people were expecting trouble. At least this one mother certainly was. And when it came, boy, the trouble was sure devastating to that family. I mean, 2 kids in this hospital. They still have a funeral now to plan for, and as much as any other family in this city, the Mateens have been knocked flat.
It is so tragic, so horrifically tragic, Mark, because you put your kid on a school bus and you send them to school, and you don't want to ever think that something like this could happen to them. Now community is devastated. Mark Strassman reporting on the ground for us. Thank you, Mark.
Alright guys, so you just saw the news report, and it was even more disturbing is saying that there's more coming. They're saying that this young man, I think, has several issues. One of the mothers, her name is Jasmine Mateen. She was a mother of 3 who lost one of her 6-year-olds in the accident. And she knew that this man had a drinking problem in the past. She sent letters and made phone calls and never got a response. Other parents like Cordesia Jones' mom, she was one of 6 children killed in the crash. And I think I know one 6-year-old was killed. I think it was 6-year-old Zaira Mateen and 9-year-old Cordesia Jones. And one dad, Craig Harris, raised concerns about this driver and the way he drove the children. He lost one of his daughters. He lost one of his kids in the accident. He had a niece, a stepson, and a daughter. I think he lost his daughter. I think her name was Diana Harris. And those are the only names I know that died. But I do know that 6 children died in this crash.
You see my phone?
And they said that one day the bus driver even cussed at some of the kids on the bus. And the bus driver's name is Anthony Walker. And he said that he cussed at some of the kids on the bus. And he told them, hangover. Another time he forced all the kids to ride on the bus. I think it was really hot outside. And I think he made all the kids to roll up their windows, and he refused to turn on the AC. And the kids were really hot and uncomfortable. And then they're also saying that right before the crash, before the bus flipped over, they're saying that he was speeding around the curve, and he said that he asked all the kids on the bus, "Are y'all ready to die?" Huh?
My phone fell behind the couch. Can you get it?
Sure. So we're gonna have a parent talk. Your phone?
Yeah, my phone fell behind the couch.
The bus next.
It's something because there was so many people down. Down at the hospital at the time, and so many families just in the same boat that I was
Waiting to
in.
hear if their children were dead or alive.
Right.
What was that room like of parents? Were you comforting each other?
Yes, we were. Some people were easier to calm than others.
Have you seen the bus driver, Mr. Walker, drive your children? Have you seen how he drives? Do you know him at all?
I don't know him. I don't know him personally. Honestly, there has been times where I've seen him going a little faster than he probably should be going.
And that concerned you as a parent. Did you ever have worries putting your children on that school bus?
Yes, ma'am. That's the reason why I tried to be there in the mornings when he's pulling up, so I can try to get a rhythm for what he was doing, and also in the evenings, because some days he would come up the street and drop them off. Some days he would go down the street and drop them off. And I'm not a bus driver, so I'm not sure what their protocol is, but I kind of figured that wasn't something he was supposed to.
we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
They ride the school bus every morning, every afternoon. Every day they come home, they complaining about the school bus. Since August, the first day of school. I've been calling, complaining about this bus driver since August. I done called the Board of Education. I done called the school. I done called Durham. I done wrote a letter to the school. I done wrote a letter to the bus driver. The principal read the letter to the bus driver 2 weeks ago when I wrote the letter. She read it to the bus driver out loud in front of all the kids. And after she got done with the letter, he said, "So, I do it again." It was about him slamming on brakes on purpose, making all the kids hit their heads.
What did
He drinks every day on the bus.
kids telling you?
Yes. He's always cussing at them. He's always speeding. Like I just told the Board of Education when they just called. I've been calling y'all since August. We on our job, we doing what we supposed. I said, now y'all doing what y'all supposed to been doing. Now that it's too late. Now that it's 6 kids in. Yeah, doing what y'all supposed to be doing, but my baby laying in a cold freezer. Her mouth was open like this, like she was screaming. He was speeding coming around the curve. He was drinking. He asked them was they ready to die. Jerked the steering wheel. The bus flipped over twice. Ran through a light pole. Smacked 2 trees. And went through that. Well, Zakaria has a concussion. She has injuries to the neck. She got a fracture to the spine. Jasmine, she got a concussion, injuries to the neck, bruises on her legs, and they haven't really gave me any updates on her legs, but my baby can't walk. She's 6.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe.
You know, when I heard that crash, it just broke my heart. Because these were innocent children who were getting ready to go home to go see their parents. It was on November 21st. It was right before Thanksgiving. Because, you know, I can't even imagine spending Thanksgiving without someone, even when it's your child that died in a horrific bus crash. You know, on November 22nd, Thanksgiving was in 2 more days. And you had to think on how to bury 6 children, all just because a bus driver decided to get drunk and thought it was funny to speed and hit curves. And also that the bus company who hired him, they said that they knew he was a reckless driver. They only just gave him a job because there ain't enough bus drivers. And I believe the school kids are from Woodmore Elementary School because we don't know the bus drivers, we know the teachers. So, you know, this is just really, really disturbing. Because now I found out who are the 6 children that died. And 9-year-old Cordasia Jones was in 4th grade. 6-year-old Zaira Maiteen was in 1st grade. 10-year-old Ziana Harris was in 4th grade. 9-year-old Zoe Nash was in 4th grade. 6-year-old Damian Brown was 6 years old and in kindergarten. And the last child, Keontae Wilson, 8 years old. He was in 2nd grade. And this driver, he is guilty. He needs to be locked up forever. Alright, bye. Go leave a comment. And tell me if you've ever been in a crazy bus crash like this one. Goodbye.